Ottawa's #1 hit music station, the new Hot 89.9. It's your boy KennyB, broadcasting live from the Live apartment buildings on the rooftop for South Asian Fest with a guy who's kind of like an international superstar from Regina, Saskatchewan. We'll get into all that in a second. But put it this way, he's got like 7 billion streams globally, all right? #1 song on TikTok, #1 on YouTube, #1 on Spotify and all that kind of good stuff. And he goes by the name of Tesher in the house.
That's me.
How you doing?
Happy to be here. Happy to be here finally in Ottawa after years of being in Canada. I finally get to see the nation's capital.
Yeah, I heard it's your first time. Normally, it's everybody's grade 8 class trip.
Yeah.
Did you skip grade 8?
No, I just lived in Saskatchewan. So.
Yeah, but people come from Vancouver,
really?
Calgary, always to come. It's a grade 8 class trip here for some reason.
That wasn't in the budget that year, I guess.
Now, I looked at your YouTube. You've been doing this for a minute. Like, your YouTube goes back 12 years.
Yeah, and that's just the first one. I got my channel deleted a couple of times, too.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now we got, finally, a hit on the radio. You teamed up with my boy, Jason Derulo, and it is an international. Like, I'm not just saying local or Canadian success. It's an international success. What's that feeling like, man?
Feels great. Feels amazing. It's, like you said, to go from, like, having songs on YouTube for years and years and years, and just kind of seeing the views get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then finally having that moment when it's like, okay, now it's all happening. It's incredibly rewarding to see that journey finally hit this point.
Yeah, it's definitely cool, and I've watched the video a bunch of times. Now, how would you say Jason Derulo would do in Bollywood?
I think he'd do fantastic.
His dance moves were not bad.
I literally told him, like, I was like, man, like, we are gonna get calls to do this in a movie. Right. Be ready. Yeah. So he's like, yeah, I'm down. So like, yeah, you might see that sooner than later, honestly, I bet. Yeah.
Now, one thing I love how Punjabi translates into English flow pop music so well. Like the words just, it sounds like normal words.
Yeah.
It's a hard language to speak.
Yeah.
But it's an easier language to sing. And like, if you want to learn a different language, you could do some singing lessons that way.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like Punjabi and Spanish are those two languages that just sound so melodic.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you'll be listening and it's just smooth, you know?
What's the one thing you want people to know about Tesher that they don't, though?
Oh boy, that I'm Canadian. Like honestly, there are a lot of people, because of the song first blowing up in India and then South Asia and then kind of the Middle East, a lot of people think I'm Indian or like Pakistani or like I've come from like those part of the world. And like, of course, my parents are Indian and that's
really?
My heritage.
They are?
Yeah, yeah, you couldn't tell?
No. That silky smooth hair and all that stuff.
But yeah, no, a lot of people don't actually know that I'm actually from Canada. And on top of that, I'm not from like, because once you tell me you're from Canada, it's like, oh, he's from Toronto, he's from Brampton, he's from Surrey, he's from BC, he's from Ottawa. No, I'm from Regina, Saskatchewan.
Are you the first artist to come out of Regina that's blown up? I think you are. I think you might hold that title.
I think the only other one was like...
I'm trying to think.
You know, she's going to play She-Hulk in the Marvel movies. And she was in Orphan Black.
Yeah.
And I hate that I cannot remember her name right now. Tatiana Maslany.
Yes.
Wow, I don't know how that came to me.
It's all right.
But
all right, but you're for the first male.
On music, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, but first male though too. I guess so. To come out of Regina, because there's really not much going on in Regina.
Yeah. It's I mean, not a lot going on, but the people are great.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we have the Riders. Yeah. So that's always a good time.
7 football teams in Canada, and 2 of them have the same names.
Yeah, right.
Now, what's the one thing you want people to know about Tesher? Because this is you on the scene for the first time. People are just getting introduced to you because we never had any hits on the radio. Like, you're just getting known because we never accept our own as quote unquote Canadians until they make it somewhere else, like in the US or whatever, and then we're like, oh, that's our guy.
Yeah.
So what's it like to walk through the streets and stuff and people know that you're Tesher right now?
It's great. Like I was in Toronto the other day and I was like walking in the movie theater by my house just to go see Shang-Chi. And
how was it?
It was great. I was actually really good. Yeah. No, and that's another guy actually who's Canadian
Yeah,
too.
he's another Canadian.
#1 movie in the world is by a Canadian, man. And #1 album, Drake too. Yeah. So that's always interesting because it's like if you look, Canadians are so successful internationally in a variety of industries. all over entertainment. We've talked about Tatiana, Simu, and Drake now, and we haven't even mentioned Bieber and The Weeknd, all those guys. Yep. But it's so true. It's like it's weird that like that success, like it's almost that validation has to come from elsewhere. And I'd love for that to eventually change. We have so much to be proud of.
We have so much incredible talent, and I've always told that talent, I go, you have to leave here for us to understand you. And it upsets me because I support Canadian talent to the fullest, and I want to see you succeed beyond what that limit is. So it is happening for you. This is just one door that's opening. It's up to you from this point on to take that song, Jalebi Baby, to the next friggin' level. And it's gonna happen for you, because I know you're a humble, good dude, but I have to ask this question or I'm gonna get in trouble.
Okay.
What kind of product do you use in your hair? Because there's some girls that are really pissed off. They're like, it is so silky, it's so shiny, it's so smooth. So if you could just give me your hair regimen.
Oh boy. I will say this. Honestly, a lot of it is genetics, but I will say this. Ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is a great thing, and you can take it in tablets. You can take it as like some powder, and like have it with like water and something. But like it's just like a herbal thing, and it's any Indian person's gonna know about this because like our moms will tell us about like amla oil and ashwagandha and like all these different things. But I think that the influencers are just starting to get hip to all this.
Okay.
But no, you definitely gotta delve into some of the South Asian.
I love the food.
Herbal stuff. That's going to be the next thing that blows up. Listen, first it was the food. Now it's going to be all the herbs and all the healing things. Yeah.
All right, ashwagandha.
Yeah.
I'll let them all know that.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if you take me to your home in Regina, where do you take me?
Oh, man. Well, I pray that the riders are playing. Because even if you're... Listen, I know you got to support the home team.
Yeah, exactly.
Pill Country and in Mosaic Stadium it's a movie. It's something different. It's like people are like every game is like the Grey Cup. Like we're partying like it's 1999. Okay, it's amazing. I think after that you got to try some Regina style pizza. Either we're going to Westerns or Houston's.
Okay.
Or Triffon's. I gotta shout out Triffon's. There's like those are my top three. It's like really thick, and like people are always trying to find like a comparable. It's like, oh, it's like Chicago, or it's like Detroit. I'm like, nah, Regina style pizza, something different. And then we got to get some ice cream at Polar Palace.
All right. That sounds like a good day.
Yeah.
All right, it's going to happen one day.
For sure.
Now, I know you used to watch an Indian cooking show. Is it Kara Kazara?
Kana Kazana.
I was close.
You're actually very close.
I was damn close.
Yeah.
Now, if you had to cook me a dish of food, what would you be cooking me?
I wouldn't be cooking for you. I would not be cooking.
Can you not cook?
No, not at all.
Really? You are a true artist.
Yeah. Man, honestly, but I will say, I think what I would order at the restaurant that we would go to be honest, I actually got the chance to go. So funny thing about Kana Kazana is that it was a TV show.
Right.
And the chef that would come on to the studio kitchen turned that TV show into a chain of restaurants. So now you can go to Kana Kazana's like all around the world. And when the song blew up, they actually invited me. Of course, it's only right. And I tried, it was their like it was called the 5-star butter chicken. And I'm just like, listen, we've all had butter chicken. Like, how good could it be? Man, it's something else. It's like, you'd always expect the butter chicken to be good at any Indian restaurant because you got to nail the classics. But the way that they cooked it was like unlike anything I'd ever had before. So I would take you to Kana Kazana, and we'd have the butter chicken from Kana Kazana.
Ooh, because I had some lamb. I think it was Kawona last night.
Yeah.
That was my dinner.
Yeah.
Well, some basmati rice.
Oh
all
man,
that kind of good stuff.
you got it.
Some good naan, and trust me, I love my food. I got my good taste buds.
Cultured man.
I will never let you cook for me.
Yeah.
Now, I'm so happy to see during this interview that you have your teeth.
Yeah.
Because your song, you've been getting a lot of candy sent your way now, haven't you?
Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. Oh my God, it's like, it's weird because it's like, I mean, I made the song and like I should have seen it coming, but anywhere I go now, people bring out like a plate of jalebis and I'm like, how could I not? Like I'm the guy now. But yeah, no, it's been a lot of regular brushing and flossing and a couple of dental strips here and there.
My God, we got to get you sponsored with a great dental plan or something.
Shout out Invisalign, hit me up with the bag, please.
Now, I notice in your music though, because this is why I thought you were a little bit of foodie, because you have a lot of food references towards women in your song.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought you were a little bit of a foodie.
For sure. I mean, and what I wanted to do is that I just wanted to create something that was just interesting. And like the way that I fell in love with music was through hip hop, and especially Lil Wayne. Like this is like early, like 2009, 2008 to early 2010s, like Lil Wayne, so mixtape stuff. And I remember in those days he'd drop verses, and they'd be great as they are, but you'd be like thinking about it a couple of days later and be like, oh wait, this could also mean that. This could also mean that. There's like 3 meanings in the one thing. And that just, to me, made a song so much more fun to listen to. It was almost like a little adventure to delve into this. Nowadays we have like Rap Genius and these explained videos and stuff. But back in those days, you got to like be on the playground and be like, yo, he said this. No, he said this. Yeah. We would decode these songs. And so for me, like with Jalebi Baby, I knew it was going to be like an upbeat record with the beat that I produced. But I was like, how do I make this more than just like your typical, let's get on the floor, let's dance. How do I put another level into the lyrics to make it honestly more fun for me? And I was like, how do I play with this food metaphor and like kind of work in all of these different references to food? So on one hand, you're just thinking I'm talking about food, but on the other hand, there's a whole like I'm talking about a girl aspect to it too. So selfishly, I do it mostly for myself, but I know there's people who reach out. They're like, I appreciate that you actually kind of took some time to like have some fun with the metaphors and the similes and the lyrics, even if it's like a pop song.
I learned a lot from my boy Belly, who's from here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right? I was the first to ever play any of his music ever on radio, so that was a cool moment. But watching him write, I totally understand what you mean, because there's so many different references to that one little dialogue right there. So it's a beautiful thing how those metaphors come to life like that.
100%.
So I'm going to leave it off on this because I know this door has opened for you, but how do you keep this door open for Tesher?
I keep it open by continuing to just be myself, and I think following what got me to this point. Right. I made music for years on YouTube and SoundCloud, and it was just something fun that I did after school. But
and you also did country remixes.
And I did country remixes too. I'm a Saskatchewan boy.
Yes, you have to.
Yeah, all of that. And it's just like that entire time, like, and that's a good example. Like nobody in their right mind at that time, like nowadays we got Old Town Road. In those days, it was very taboo to mix hip hop and country because people were like, oh, it's not going to turn out right. But I took a chance and I thought it was dope and I did it. Yeah. For this song, you know, I mixed Punjabi lyrics with English lyrics and salsa melodies and reggaeton, all those different things because I thought it was dope and people liked that it was unique. So I think the way forward for me to keep people interested and just to keep finding success, I think, is to just keep making things that I think are dope, that I think are cool, and the hope and the odds are that people will agree with me and they're also going to enjoy it, and we just stay on this train of success.
Dope, man. Well, you got a friend here now in Ottawa. Anytime you want to come back, the doors are always open here at Hot 89.9. We love you. Awesome. And I wish you continued success, and I can't wait to play the next single. But of course, we're going to keep playing that, that Sweet Tooth song, Jalebi Baby, right now with Derulo on the station for as long as it can last.
Thank you so much, Kenny.
All right. Nothing but love. Mr. Tesher in the house alongside KennyB, Ottawa's #1 hit music station. I don't know which camera we're looking in. This one, this one, this one. I feel like it's Hot Ones right now with Hot Chicken. But thanks for tuning in, hotties, and you have yourself a great day. Tesher in the house.